Alright, let's sneak up on Tom here. See how everything's going on. How you guys doing? Scarlet likes to cover the eggs. Are you trying to hide the eggs from me? It's not going to work. I know they're there. Try not to stress them out too much. So I try to avoid going in there if I can. Tom certainly does not want me to come in, as you can tell. Hey, okay. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Are you trying to look bigger and fluffier so I don't come in? You know that's not going to work. In fact, that's going to have the opposite effect. Yeah. Touch the goose. Yeah, try not to stress them out too much, so I try to avoid going in there unless I have to feed them or put water in their thing here. Scarlet's not normally this chatty. Well, I would really like to come in there, but I won't. Yeah. So, we've still got our eggs. I think we have 6 of them, and since she's laying on the eggs, she's probably not laying any more eggs. So, at most, we're probably looking at 6 goslings. The 2 that I initially rescued and put in the incubator never actually did anything. They might have not been viable or fertile. So I really would like to candle these guys here to see if there's anything in those eggs, but again, I don't want to stress them out too much. She's convinced they're good, and I'm under the impression that if you do have like a broody bird and the eggs are not viable, there's going to be a lot of sitting for nothing, and I'm not exactly sure how to convince them to not do it. I would imagine that if I just put a bunch of chicken eggs in there, that would actually, let them hatch something at least, and all of the chicken eggs are viable. And there's a pretty good hatch rate that I have with them, but we've still got 6 Muscovy eggs in the incubator, and I candled them all last night, and we are looking like we might actually have Muscovies here shortly. The air sacs are expanding at pretty much the right rate, and the eggs are extremely dark in the middle, so we might have ducklings here sometime soon. That would be a great truth. They're so cute. Additionally, we have some more chickens coming, so that's a thing. Uh-oh, I hear goats. Alaric, do you know where the goats are? Whew, look at that. All right, all of our goats too. Yep, 7 goats. And you can see the white one in the back there, Annabelle. She is looking really, really plump lately. I believe she's pregnant and possibly looking at any time now having babies, or, maybe not. I'm usually pretty good at telling if they're about to have babies, but prior to that, it's kind of difficult to tell. You guys don't need any more corn. You guys got like 14 ears of corn last night, and it is completely gone. Look at that. I see. Oh no, that's a feather. Yeah, everybody got a little bit of corn last night. What is up with your head? Oh, you're molting. Okay. So, yeah, you know what? I do have one more thing to show people. Here we have my potted chicken. Hi, potted chicken. Do we need to water you? Do we need to water you? Oh, we're looking big and vicious. Yeah, so this chicken is sitting on a number of eggs. Hopefully they'll be viable. She's tearing out feathers, you can kind of see over here. So that means we are very much in broody mode, you know, aside from sitting on eggs like this. And so here in, 24 days or so, this chicken might have babies. And we will let her have those babies and raise them. Yeah. What do you think about that, chicken? You can have all those babies. If you raise them, they're yours. Everybody's also laying them in that pot there, but those ones are going to probably get fed to dogs because they've been there for a few days. Some of them quite a few days. I was wondering if I was going to get one of these again. And so the Jerseys, there's a couple of them that seem to be readily going broody, and that's just fine by me. I let them do that. I don't eat enough eggs to really justify removing them, and more chickens is nothing but a good thing. Oh yes, I hear you. So broody hens like to growl, which can sound pretty vicious. So, you know, she'll hatch 10 or 20 eggs, and then here in 2 weeks we'll get more babies from our hatchery. I really haven't done very good with the 2 batches that I've got from the hatchery already. We had 10 turkeys. We have 6 now, and that was pretty high attrition rate. I talked to them, and they were going to send me more of the Jersey pullets, but I think they actually sent me less and refunded some of my money. So I would always rather have birds than cash, though, so I may end up needing to talk to them again. But the 6 turkeys we had were good. We had a really high attrition rate on our Jersey Giant pullets. I don't know how many I've got left because they're mixed in with the other chicks, and they're growing like crazy as well. So we've got just tons of chicks in our brooder box, but we've plumbed it for water, so very little interaction needed anymore. I just come in, make sure that nobody's getting trampled, and make sure their food stays pretty full. And they are extremely messy, but I've got a little tray that catches all of their scratching in the food dish. I really need to think up a little PVC connection where I can just throw food in a hopper on the outside, so I actually don't have to open up the brooder box very much at all. Maybe throw a window on it. So we're watering even though it looks like it could rain, because most of the time we don't end up getting rain, but it's very, very still out here. And with the cloud cover, the water, if I decide to water my lawn, which I am, it sticks around, and the ducks really like it. I think it attracts bugs, and then they hunt for bugs. It also makes all the grass stand up, which makes it easier to chop little bits off. I'm still doing pretty good with the, oh, there you go. My chickens found a very dusty place. They love to take their little dust baths. I don't know how apparent that is in the phone, but that's some very dry dirt, so I'm gonna have to go over here and look at it. We might not be watering enough. Yeah, that, and we need to be looking at these plants over here. So this thing popped back. This pomegranate here is growing straight out of the stump there, doing pretty good, it looks like. I'm probably going to clip all this off, but I'm waiting until June to do anything, because everywhere online that's kind of what it said to do, is not just immediately go in there hacking and slashing. Well, would you look at that? What is this? Oh, doggone it. I got faked out. I thought I had a live tree here, and we are starting to see some busted bark. I guess this guy's toast. And this one was doing a little bit better than that one, so I'm assuming that one's very much toast. And we're waiting around for June for these guys too. And then I'm gonna probably cut this guy maybe up a little high here, and then see if I can't pull it out of the ground with a tractor. That snowpocalypse really sucked. And actually this thing was doing really good. As you can see, it grew leaves and then it just said, nah, I'm good, and died. Though it's hard to say what's a weed and what's a tree. And that's my fault. And the figs here were doing really good too. And oh, we got some leaves, so it's not dead. Oh yeah, look at that. So not all the buds are doing that great, but I probably should water the heck out of this thing. Let's see if the other fig tree is clinging to life. Yep, it's got buds down at the base there. Ooh, but most of the top doesn't look so good. So we are going to have a hell of a fire, I have a feeling. Most of the plants out here are actually doing okay. See, that's actually this plant. Let's see. I don't think any of our citrus trees made it. As you can see, the peach tree right here is, I mean, not doing great, but not dead. But I think this guy here is. It's another citrus tree. He had a lot of citrus trees. And this guy here, I actually cut him back the very first year we were out here. Global warming killed all of these with frost, which is really cool. And this citrus tree wasn't doing good to begin with, and now it's split. Yep, it's toast. Lovely. So I'll be pulling that guy out of the ground too, and that's gonna really suck. For ones up here where it's right where I can see it, I'll probably cut them really, really low and just leave the stump or bury it or whatever. I don't want to go digging because I'll just destroy everything if I do that. Not as important over there where I can't really see it. But pretty much everything else, especially the native plants, are doing pretty good. We actually had a plant like come back from the dead. This little rose bush right here had been dead as long as I'd seen it, and it's back. Oh. And this one's coming back. I think this might be an avocado tree. The leaves seem to match my phone app that tells me what things are. If it is, it's not doing well enough to have fruit, which, yeah, I get it. The first year we were out here, frost killed it. And then this year, frost killed it again. It can't catch a break. But, I mean, our peach trees made it. Most of the other ones did. I'm probably going to have to do some work on him. Our century plants out in the front. The outer leaves, which, you know, aren't usually doing that great anyway because of the way the plant grows. Some leaves are just not going to make it. They're going to split and they're going to look kind of ugly. A lot of people just take a chainsaw to them. The meaner you are to those plants, the better they do. Because as soon as they decide that it's time to fruit, they die. They release thousands of seeds and then they choke and die. And holy cow, I don't even want to know what digging one of those things out of the ground looks like so that you don't have an ugly plant in the front. So, yeah, we'll see. That palm tree is almost certainly toast, which really sucks because I have to imagine that thing's expensive. Well, what do you think, guys? This video went over time so bad.